Away from that, June 3, 2015 will perhaps never leave the memory of many Ghanaians, especially as scores of loved ones, young people and old people were lost to the gory gas explosion and flooding at Kwame Nkrumah Circle here in Accra. Over 150 lives were lost in that disaster. For 33-year-old Ebenezer Siaw, who earns a living working as a security man, it was double tragedy as he lost both his wife and daughter to the disaster. Joy News' Maxwell Agbagba has been speaking with him 2 years on as government sets out to avert a recurrence of the disaster through the construction of underground drainage systems.
It's brisk business ongoing here at Circle, with bus conductors yelling to get the attention of commuters heading to the central business district. About 100 meters away from the Ghana Commercial Bank towers, I have met 34-year-old Ebenezer Siaw on the lawns of the Circle interchange. Donning a blue jeans with a faded long sleeves, Ebenezer chews a gum as he narrates how the sad incident occurred. In his hands is a collage of images of his lovely wife and daughter embossed on a hard paper. Ebenezer says on the day of the unfortunate incident, his wife was escaping the flood water with their daughter behind her. The little girl fell behind into the water. In an attempt to save the little girl from drowning, she was also carried away by the flood water. A picture of his dead wife clutching tight to her dead baby later went viral on social media. In the picture, the late Millicent Osai can be seen holding little Sandra Osai closely to her chest.
As she's climbing the steps, the clothes whereby she tied the baby girl with it, do what? Remove. So she tried to save the baby. As a woman, I'm not sure that she would lose a baby girl like that. So she forced to get the baby, but it didn't happen on that time. Back of Ghana Commercial Bank, that's our residence. Yes, that's where we live.
What do you miss about them?
Oh, she's a very kind woman, and she helped me always. Because I'm a security officer, I work a salary distance, so she's a seamstress too. She helped me much. I haven't born before.
The sad event of the twin disaster would leave an indelible mark on the minds of many. For survivors, they'll still keep getting flashback of the unfortunate incident. This plastic statue here in the city center is a reminder of what was the major cause of that incident. Plastics and other household refuse had choked the Odo drain, one of the major drainage systems here in Accra.
The government has, however, reiterated its commitments to address the perennial flooding in Accra.
This building behind me was the worst hit on the day of the explosion. Honorable Minister for Works and Housing Samuel Atachia says government is committed to doing everything possible to avert a second disaster.
You go to good places, you have underground sewage system. What is about us that we say we cannot do it? So I think that is a very defeatist mindset that they shouldn't use at all. The only sensible thing we should do is to apply money to where it matters, and we'll be able to do it. So that at the end of the day, people will not be worried when we have heavy downpours. Because the system will absorb the rains, all the sewage is underground, and it's at a proper destination, and everybody is safe. Unless there's a serious, unprecedented rains, the kind of things you have in America, that you can say that the engineering capacity could not contain the situation. But let me tell you, it's very doable, and I'm telling you the president is going to do it.
Now, you also mentioned that you are already in touch with the World Bank. You're having some engagement with them. You want to tell us how advanced you've come in terms of discussions for this?
As a matter of fact, the World Bank knocked at our door. That they think that this is a very serious problem confronting the nation.
At a ceremony to mark the second anniversary of the disaster, there was a wreath-laying ceremony in memory of the people who lost their lives. Sector Minister Samuel Atachia laid one on behalf of government, while the Mayor of Accra laid one on behalf of the Accra Metropolitan Assembly.
I am currently at Ground Zero where the explosion happened. Outside it, there's a lot of activity going on. In here, it is a bit quiet. Remnants of the disaster that happened on June 3 are still here. These vehicles, bent beyond recognition, are parked here. to give people a reminder of what the country suffered during the twin disaster. Overflow of the Odo River was the primary cause of the June 3 disaster. Residents living here say on the day of the incident, the Odo River overflowed its banks. Running water gushed into the homes of people. A filling station that's some few meters away was not spared. Fuel that was then at the depot was displaced on the surface of the water. The residents say some hours before the disaster struck, they could smell the fuel. There's a second dredging exercise currently ongoing to remove silt from the Odo River before the onset of the rains.